Alright, we're going to start with learning 2 new spelling rules. The first one's going to be the Y rule.
Mm-hmm.
So when a word ends in a consonant plus Y, change the Y to I and add the suffix. Okay?
Okay.
There's an exception. That means it only happens sometimes. So keep the Y if you're adding ing. So if we're adding the suffix ing, you keep the Y in the word, okay? So I'll give you an example. So if I wanted to add if I had the word office and I wanted to add our suffix ial, okay, so it ends in, hold on, that was an example for the next one. Let's see, here's one. Okay, if I had history, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to add our suffix ian to make it historian. This word ends in a consonant plus Y. Here's our consonant, here's our Y. So we have to change the Y to I to add the suffix. So we're going to change this to I when I rewrite it. Before I add that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if I'm adding ing to a word that ends in Y, let me think of one. Here's this one. Like if I wanted to change the word play to playing, I don't have to do anything with the Y. I just add my ing. Okay. Now the drop the E rule. When a base word ends in a silent E, drop the E before adding a vowel suffix. I haven't written anything on the back of them yet.
Yeah.
I haven't written anything on the back of them yet.
No. That's
I
good.
did mess this up though. Alright, so I'm going to touch and read it, and then you're going to touch and read it, okay?
Yeah.
And then you're going to say it from memory. That means we got to cover our eyes and say it. So, Y rule. When a word ends in a consonant plus Y, change the Y to I and add the suffix. Your turn.
The Y rule is when a word ends in consonant plus Y, change the Y to an I, add the suffix.
You can say it from memory. Y rule.
Y rule is
When a word ends. You're fine. Ends in a consonant.
in a consonant
Plus Y.
plus Y.
Change the Y to I.
Change the Y to I.
And add the suffix.
Add the suffix.
Okay.
Oh wow, I forgot it immediately.
Drop the E rule is when a base word ends in a silent E. Drop the E before adding a vowel suffix.
Drop the E rule when a base word ends in a silent E. Drop the E before adding the vowel suffix.
What's the rule called?
Drop the E.
Okay. When a base word ends in a silent E. You're fine.
In a silent E.
Drop the E. Don't be trying to look. Cover your eyes. Before adding.
Before adding.
Do you remember what we're adding? A vowel.
A vowel suffix.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we're going to do the review portion of this, okay?
Yeah.
So, actually, no, we're not going to review yet. You're going to write it for me. Mm-hmm. So, I want you to write those, say it as you write it, and I'm going to be putting it in your book. Say it as you write it. Are you done?
I think I am.
Okay. So now we're going to review it. So I'm going to say it, you say it back. We're going to do it in like sections. So I'll say like the first half of it, you say that back, and I'll say the second half of the definition. Because it's so long. Okay. So drop the E rule. When a base word ends in a silent E.
Drop the E rule. When a base word ends in a silent E.
Mm-hmm. Drop the E before adding a vowel suffix.
Drop the E before adding a vowel suffix. suffix.
Now I want you to find the card, and I want you to touch and say the definition with the card.
Got it. Drop the E rule is when a base word ends in a silent E. Drop the E before adding the vowel suffix.
Now, try to say it from memory.
I'm so bad at this. Drop the E rule. When a
base
word ends in a silent E, add the
drop the E.
Drop the E
before
adding a suffix.
What kind of suffix is it?
A vowel suffix.
Alright. So, Y rule. When a word ends in a consonant plus Y.
When a
Y rule.
When a word ends with a consonant plus Y.
Change the Y to I and add the suffix.
Change the Y to I and add the suffix.
Alright. Do the card.
Y rule. When a word ends in a consonant plus Y, change the Y into an I. Add the suffix.
Alright. Now, cover your eyes, try to say it.
Y rule. When a word ends with a Y, a consonant plus Y. Change the Y into an I and add the suffix.
Yep, just suffix on this one. Alright. So, we're going to use those rules. I'm going to leave them out to complete this page. Okay, so it says write the related word under the heading that matches what happens to the base word when the suffix is added. So this is your base word, office. Here's the suffix that you want to add. So let's look at this word. Where's your pencil? So it ends in what?
An E consonant.
A consonant E. So it ends in a, can you hear that E? When you say office, can you hear it? So it ends in a silent E. Alright, look at this suffix. That suffix starts with a vowel. So what are we going to have to do to that?
We're going to drop it.
So, would we put the new word under no change, drop the final E, or change Y?
Drop the final E.
Alright, so you'll write the new word right there.
Official. Energy. Energize.
Yep.
Oh no, let's drop the final. Sorry, I can't spell.
It's there. You just have to think about which rule you're going to apply, and that helps you with the spelling. Okay, so good. See, it ended in a silent E, and you had to drop it. So then you write the same thing. You just drop that E and add that.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. So whenever we're thinking about our rule, does this word end in a magic E or a Y? So it's going to be
no change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Stop for a second. All right. You're going to need that notebook. You're going to need the notebook.
Got it.
Okay. Now we're going to switch back to doing prefix and suffix and root word things. All right, so I'm going to say the definition and I want you to write what it is. You can number it 1 through 4. Let's get 1. So 1, 2. All right. So number 1, a letter or group of letters placed at the end of a word to create a new word. You remember what those are called?
Can you repeat that?
A group of letters placed at the end of a word to create a new word.
Suffix.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is the study of the forms of words.
A root word?
Mm-mm. This is the study of the form of words. Do you need my help?
Maybe.
Morphology. Let me read it. Okay. Now, this is a group of letters added to the beginning of a word to create a new word with a different meaning.
Prefix.
Mm-hmm. Double the F on that word.
Oh.
Hold on, I lied. You don't have to double the F. I was thinking suffix. You had it right the first time. Whoops. Okay, so this is the most basic form of a word that cannot be further divided into meaningful segments.
And this one's the root word.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what it's also known as? You don't have to write this.
The middle part of the word.
The morpheme.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. All right, so we're going to go through these cards.
Oh, yay. Cards. On and an, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot these because they were yesterday's.
All right, so someone who.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. On and an, someone who. Say it.
Someone who?
Mm-hmm. Say on and, someone who.
On and someone who. O is darn.
Relating to.
Related to.
Having the characteristics of.
Relating to having the characteristics of. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Here, hold on.
Darn, I just forget all of these, don't I? Without.
Mm-hmm.
More of.
Close. Not more of. Full of.
Full of.
Mm-hmm.
Not.
Mm-hmm.
Under. Skin. I know this.
Read that one for me.
That's cred.
Mm-hmm. If something is creditable, you can
believe it.
Mm-hmm. So, cred, to believe.
To believe. That's water.
Mm-hmm.
Light. To see.
Mm-hmm.
To watch. Hear. To hear.
Good.
Life. Plural.
It is the plural. It means more than one.
More than one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is. Darn.
Eyes means to render, make, or produce.
Surrender, make, or produce.
Not surrender. Render.
Render.
Mm-hmm. Make or produce.
Make or produce. Got it.
So all together, eyes means render, make, produce.
Eyes mean render, make, produce.
Good.
What does anti mean?
Against.
Against.
Mm-hmm. Anti, against.
Against. Anti means against.
Mm-hmm.
Able and able.
Mm-hmm.
Able. That reminds me of something. Okay, so able and able, it means you can do it.
Okay, so it can be done.
Can be done.
Able, can be done.
Able means can be done.
Thank you for adding the means for me.
Now that one's skin.
Mm-hmm.
Darn. D means
Not opposite of.
opposite of. Okay.
D means
Not opposite of.
Not or opposite of.
Not or opposite of.
Mm-hmm. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
These are the ones I can remember clearly.
Right.
Oh, I think I just stretched my arm. I just stretching.
Just popped it.
Maybe I did not know. Oh God.
All right. So we're gonna go over those again.
Oh, these are
Do
the
a
hard
review.
ones, aren't they?
The what?
These are the hard ones I can't figure out. Again, swappy, swappy do, do. What?
What I call?
I thought you were talking to me. Eyes means
Render. Render.
render matrix. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anti means against.
Let me pause this. All right. Let me write these on here so. Wait, flip it over for me. Okay. Oh. Why don't you read those while I'm writing them? Huh?
Oh.
Read the definitions and see if you can.
I thought you said don't read them. I was like, me.
I think Waverly really did lay down and take a nap.
You thought she was lying?
Sometimes she does.
Not or opposite of. To believe. Pray. To believe. D. Not or opposite of. Related to. Resembling. Belonging to. And always. Against this idea. Related to the characteristics. Having the characteristics of its own. Render make and reduce. Eyes. What?
And to believe. Which one am I missing?
I have no idea.
Oh, someone who. Right. These back over. Can you flip those for me? Thank you. All right. say you say okay.
Got it.
Anti means against.
Anti means against.
Eyes means render, make, produce.
Eyes means render, make, produce.
Ol means relating to, having the characteristics of.
Ol or ol, related to, having the characteristics of.
Mm-hmm. Cred means to believe.
Cred means to believe.
Okay. An or un means someone who.
An or un means someone who.
Mm-hmm. D means not or opposite of.
D's mean not or opposite of.
Okay. Let's flip the table. I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna forget which ones. Okay. An or un means someone who.
An or un means someone who.
Mm-hmm. What do you do now? You find the card. You match it.
An or un means someone who. An or un means someone who.
Cred means to believe.
Cred means to believe. Cred means to believe.
Anti means against.
Anti means against. Anti means against. Anti means against.
Eyes means render, make, or produce.
Eyes means render, makes, or produce. Eyes means render, makes, or produce. Render, makes, or produce.
Oh, no.
Means eyes means render, makes, to produce.
Let's try that one again. Eyes means render, make, produce.
Eyes mean render, makes, produce. Eyes means render, makes, produce. Eyes means render, makes, produce.
D means not or opposite of.
D means not or opposite of. D means not or opposite of. D means not or opposite of.
Mm-hmm.
You're forgetting one.
Pick 3. Okay. Ol means relating to or having the characteristics of.
Ol means related to and having the characteristics of.
Mm-hmm.
Ol means related to or having the characteristics of. Ol means having the relating to or having the characteristics of.
All right, now I want you to copy those. Say them as you write them.
Got it. Produce. All means relating to having the characteristics. That's one giant word. Cred means to believe. Means or an. Means someone who. I'm getting my cramp in my hand. B means not or opposite of.
There you go.
I think I am. Wait a minute.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright.
You need these back or something?
I'll take them. Alright, so now, while we're waiting, I want you to read your book. We're going to read this page, the highlighted, that's the ones you have, these, and you're going to read your rules too, okay?
Metaphorical. Morphology. The study of forms of words. Prefix. A letter of or a group of letters added to the beginning of a word to create a new word with a different meaning. Suffix. A letter of group of letters or a group of letters placed at the end of a word to create a new word. Root words. Most basic forms of a word that cannot be further divided into meaningful segments. Anti, against, or antifreeze. Deeds, opposite, or defrost. None, not, or nonsense. Sub, under, or submarine. Able or able, can be done or comfortable. Full.
Well, this is the example. So you can read that word, but this is the definition, that's the example.
Let's see that. Full up, or careful. Less, without, or fearless. S or ES, more than one. Books or boxes. Is that it? Right here.
Did you read that?
Oh, it didn't have that. It didn't have that yellow stuff. I thought I was only supposed to read the yellow stuff.
Just the highlighted stuff on those pages, but on these you have those. You can read them.
O means related to or having characteristics of. Or an, someone who. Eyes, meaning render, make, produce. Odd means to hear or audio. Cred, to believe. Incredible, credit. Spect or spect, to see or watch. Inspect, Inspector or spectacular.
Inspector and spectacle.
In spectacle. Viz or vid, to see, visual or video. Bio means life. Biology. Biology.
Biology.
Biology. Derma. Why is there an A behind derm? You just forgot to.
Well, like in dermatitis, it has an A, but like Pachyderm, it doesn't have an A.
Derma means skin. Dermatitis. Hydro means water. Hydraulics. Hydration. Photo means light. Photography. Photocopy.
Photography.
Photography.
Mm-hmm.
Photocopy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Y rules. When a word ends in consonant plus Y, change the Y to A and add a suffix. Drop the E rule. When a base word ends in a silent E, drop the E before adding the vowel suffix.
All right. Are you done with that?
Yeah.
We got one more thing to do.
No.
It's only going to take a minute.
A minute.
All right.
When you mean that, you mean I'm going to read this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to read. Is that all?
Okay. All right. And okay.
One day, Alice's teacher, Mr. Jacobs, told the class they would be making crossword puzzles. Mr. Jacobs split the class into two groups. The first group of students had to make a crossword puzzles of the food chain.
About the food chain. Yep.
About the food. I thought I already said that.
Keep going.
The second group had to make crossword puzzles about the human body. Alice was happy when she got put in the second group. She loved learning about the human body. It was her favorite part of science. After the group were formed, Mr. Jacobs gave each group articles. My mouth was making spin in my mouth.
Oh, you're running out of time. Go.
Articles about their topic. Students selected.
Oh, you're good.
My bad.
Yeah,
My bad.
you're fine.
My mouth was doing something weird.
You need to go get some more.
Maybe I'll go get some. But
All right. I think we're good.